At the Central Economic Work Conference held at the end of 2022, China's new energy vehicle industry was identified as one of the three key pillar industries for 2023. However, an aide to the former CCP minister in the State Council predicted that China's electric vehicle sector is destined to collapse, lasting at most 3 to 5 years. Once the issues surrounding autonomous driving technology and solid-state batteries are resolved, the industry's collapse would be inevitable, even for leading Chinese EV manufacturers like BYD. The reason is simple. The new energy vehicle industry, like other industries led by the CCP, sprints at the beginning of a marathon race, gaining an advantage in the first kilometer, which is what we see today as the industry's shining moment. In the future, however, this party-supported pillar industry can only go downhills. This insider's perspective is not surprising. Comparing China's BYD with Tesla is akin to contrasting a primary school student with a university student. A closer examination of Elon Musk's business strategy reveals that Tesla's electric vehicles are, in fact, AI-powered smart transportation tools. In the future, Tesla cars will not be driven by humans but by AI. Therefore, Tesla's positioning from the very beginning has been ambitious. While appearing to sell electric vehicles on the surface, the company is actually laying the groundwork for a global AI reach. In contrast, BYD's business model remains focused on selling electric vehicles, lagging behind internationally advanced automotive companies in the fields of autonomous driving and solid-state batteries. Although BYD has established its own semiconductor company, forged partnerships with advanced chip industry players like Horizon and NVIDIA, and recently invested in Kunlun Core, it is far from Tesla's rapid iteration and efficiency-first approach to upgrading autonomous driving technology. BYD's DiPilot driver assistance system, launched in 2020, has not been updated since. Many BYD Han owners have expressed disappointment with this L2 level system, stating that it falls far short of Tesla's driver assistance solution and can only compete with second-tier electric vehicle brands such as Xiaopeng and NIO. An individual who has driven both Tesla and BYD vehicles shared their comparison of the driver assistance experience. In terms of technical performance, Tesla's lane-keeping sensitivity is far superior to BYD's. When transitioning from a straight path into a curve, Tesla can maintain its original lane without deviation, while BYD experiences a delay of approximately 0.5 seconds, causing the vehicle to cross the line in larger curves. When other cars are nearby, it is not advisable to use BYD's driver assistance feature. With Tesla's driver assistance system, one only needs to stay in the same lane and hold the steering wheel, even able to close their eyes without worry. However, driving a BYD car does not inspire such confidence, as the difference in reaction speed between the two is striking. Tesla's recognition technology is not based on networking or maps, nor on radars, but on optical recognition and local computing. The algorithm module software is paired with hardware, enabling the system to recognize its surroundings and avoid obstacles while moving. Behind this capability are Tesla's 3 supercomputers, the latest of which is called Dojo, featuring 14,000 GPUs, with 10,000 used for training and 4,000 for labeling. The goal is to accelerate the development of autonomous driving technology and improve the safety performance of Tesla vehicles. Tesla's investment in this area is substantial. The current market standard training GPU is NVIDIA's A100, priced at $10,000 each. One Dojo computer costs well over $100 million, ranking its supercomputing power approximately 5th globally. However, according to Elon Musk's plan, its computing power will soon reach hundreds of quintillions of floating-point operations per second, far surpassing China's supercomputer Taihu Lite. As more and more Tesla cars hit the road, their AI capabilities will become increasingly stronger, potentially replacing human drivers in the future. Upon viewing Tesla's autonomous driving videos online, one can witness the remarkable capabilities of these vehicles. As the Tesla cars navigate turns alongside large trucks, they continuously observe the road ahead and execute complex calculations, resulting in a close yet thrilling passing maneuver. Such a feat will undoubtedly be challenging for human drivers to accomplish, without experiencing a significant sense of trepidation. In contrast, Chinese intelligent cars seem to lack any new power brands that dare to mention back-end computing power and intelligent application systems. These cars cannot self-learn, self-update, self-grow, or self-upgrade. Nonetheless, Chinese car manufacturers have not concentrated on incorporating smart features in some of their mid to high-end models. Instead, they have prioritized comfort-oriented options. Among these, the most discussed are seats, display screens, and storage accessories, colloquially referred to as refrigerators, color TVs, and large sofas. For example, when the Neo ES aide was launched, it heavily promoted the Queen's co-pilot seat, which costs 8,000 yuan. Waltmeister's M7 introduced zero-gravity seats that allow passengers to recline close to a space capsule's position. However, in reality, how many people would choose to lie down while riding a car? Color TV refers to the large central control screens in new energy vehicles. For example, Li Xiang Automotive has equipped its cars with huge dual screen for the co-pilot, with each screen measuring 15.7 inches. Additionally, Li Xiang has also installed a foldable large screen for the rear row in its high-end models. But is it really necessary to have so many screens? By watching Tesla's autonomous driving videos online, we have witnessed the powerful capabilities of Tesla cars. In a situation where a large truck is turning, Tesla vehicles observe the front, perform calculations, and narrowly pass the truck, which is quite thrilling. It will be difficult for a human driver to complete such a maneuver safely. From these situations, we can see that Tesla has always been investing a lot of effort in intelligent driving technology, focusing on the research and improvement of AI driving calculations. However, some Chinese automotive companies lag behind in this regard, paying more attention to enhancing the comfort of vehicles, which focus on luxury and non-core competitive features to gain more profit in the market. If the Chinese new energy vehicle industry were just an ordinary industry, this situation might not be a big issue. However, the Chinese government positions new energy vehicles as a core industry, and such actions by enterprises raises questions about whether the government's decision-making is coherent from top to bottom. At present, the electric vehicle industry is in its nascent stages, with electronic devices updating at a relatively slower pace. It is crucial to acknowledge that we are on the cusp of the AI era, with artificial intelligence's learning speed growing exponentially. As AI continues to evolve at an accelerated rate, the wave of autonomous driving is anticipated to surge within the next 3 to 5 years. As we enter the era of AI-driven transportation, companies with robust research and development capabilities are poised to gain a competitive edge. The development trajectory of the iPhone serves as a clear illustration of this phenomenon. Initially, Apple held no discernible advantage over Nokia. However, as mobile phone technology advanced rapidly, a significant number of users opted for newer models to experience enhanced intelligent features, causing the value of older phones to plummet. Elon Musk identified this trend early on and has since endeavored to ensure that Tesla consumers can continue using their electric vehicles, even as the industry transitions into a more intelligent phase. His strategy involves minimizing the variety of Tesla models and striving for the standardization of essential electric vehicle components. In doing so, when Tesla introduces more intelligent products following future technological breakthroughs, the resources and funds required to maintain discontinued models will be significantly lower than those needed by companies offering a wider range of models. Moreover, the types of spare parts required will be considerably fewer. Conversely, companies with increasingly complex and diverse models will need to allocate more resources and funds to maintain a greater variety of parts for discontinued models. Using BYD as an example, with its extensive range of models, it raises the question, how deep a pit has the company dug for itself? Reports indicate that Nissan is set to commence mass production of solid-state batteries in 2028, boasting charging speeds 3 times faster, double the driving range, and half the cost. Toyota, a market leader in solid-state batteries, possesses an unrivaled depth and breadth in research and development, as well as commercialization. The company plans to introduce solid-state batteries around 2025. Toyota currently holds 1,331 patents in solid-state battery domain, a figure triple that of Panasonic, the runner-up. With an investment exceeding $13.6 billion, nearly 100 billion yuan, in solid-state battery R&D, Toyota significantly outpaces BYD, whose total R&D expenditure last year amounted to a mere 20 billion yuan. Consequently, BYD lags considerably behind international standards in the field of solid-state battery. Over 98% of global solid-state battery patents are held by Japanese and South Korean companies, with Japan alone accounting for 70 to 80% of global patents. The top 5 companies are Toyota, Panasonic, Idemitsu Kosan, Samsung, and Murata Manufacturing, with 4 of them being Japanese. Among the top 10 companies, 6 are Japanese and 4 are South Korean. Aside from Japan and South Korea, BMW recently announced a large-scale partnership with an American company to develop solid-state batteries, and is currently producing solid-state battery cells. A company invested in by the German Volkswagen Group has also announced that its newly developed 24-layer lithium metal battery is undergoing internal testing for electric vehicles. As the global electric vehicle industry potentially adopts solid-state batteries within the next 3 to 5 years, which Chinese companies will be able to keep up? It's highly unlikely that CATL will, as its products cannot compete with those of top international enterprises. After all, almost all patents in this field are controlled by foreign companies, and patent restrictions alone could stifle China's battery development. How will China's new energy vehicle industry cope? Will they have to purchase batteries from foreign companies? This situation results from China's emphasis on pragmatism, prioritizing immediate gains above all else, and its inertia. It exemplifies the typical difference between Chinese enterprises and world-leading ones in R&D. This pattern isn't limited to the electric vehicle industry. It is pervasive across various sectors. Even if Chinese companies have a first-mover advantage, they prioritize profits and do not invest sufficient effort into genuine R&D. Consequently, their initial advantages often fade rapidly. When it comes to all solid-state batteries and AI-driven intelligent driving, BYD's R&D lags behind world-leading companies, much like an underperforming student. In the coming years, if AI-powered vehicles hit the market, current BYD models will become obsolete, possibly even facing a shortage of spare parts. BYD claims to profit from its car sales, but without government subsidies and preferential policies, what would their actual earnings be? If not for the subsidies and complementary license plates, how many people would genuinely choose BYD? Some claim that BYD electric buses are selling well in Japan. But in reality, according to reports, Chinese electric buses have been banned from sale by the Japan Automobile Manufacturers Association. The reason is that the electroplating chromium bars used in electric vehicles of BYD adopt hexavalent chromium plating technology. Hexavalent chromium is a highly toxic heavy metal, posing serious harm to human health, as it's not only carcinogenic but also damaging to the brain. Globally, hexavalent chromium is known as a major source of occupational poisoning. Even in China, the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology has banned the use of hexavalent chromium, with trivalent chromium as a substitute, which is only about 1% as harmful to human health as hexavalent chromium is, and is essentially harmless. However, the processing time for trivalent chromium in electroplating is longer than that of hexavalent, and more dissolved zinc layers are required, so a thicker zinc layer is needed. Additionally, the trivalent chromium plating film does not have self-repairing capabilities, while the hexavalent chromium plating film does. Trivalent chromium requires sealed processing during transportation, special packaging, high resistance to delays, and the use of sealants for post-treatment functions. To reduce costs and control the process, many electroplating companies, including large ones like BYD, are still using hexavalent chromium for electroplating, despite the domestic ban by the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. This time, BYD electric buses were found to use hexavalent chromium for electroplating, and their products were banned from sale in Japan. BYD Japan has declined to comment on the matter. Consumers purchasing BYD vehicles may need to consider how the electroplating bars on their cars are produced. Several automakers worldwide have recalled vehicles due to suppliers using hexavalent chromium electroplating in their plating bars. Under the leadership of the Communist Party, the Chinese people have long lived in a polluted environment, including contaminated food, air, and electromagnetic waves. And now even the cars they drive are not spared.